What's up, my good hits brethren? You know what we're about. We're bleeding the block for the best in underground hip-hop and rap here in New York City and beyond. You're now tuned into the #1, yeah, you heard me, #1 rap hip-hop channel based out of New York on the Tube. And today we have a special treat, none other than the Crown Heights man himself, the Blicky himself, the Tall Blixky himself, Breezy Blicky is back with a song, following up with Rampage Part 2. He's back with Critical, directed by Affiliated Films, produced by the one and only Ghosty. So, if you guys are probably tuning into my channel, you know who this guy is. He's a prominent member of the Blickies. You know, no matter what way you feel about him, he's a big name in the drill scene here in New York. Some of that is... a small part of that's due to his music, but a lot of that's due to like the controversies he's been embroiled in, and all of the hood politics and drama, and all of the conflicts he's kind of been in over social media. He had a huge beef or feud with BMG Upper Class for the longest of time, for about a year. The dispute mostly had to do with kind of like a perceived bias of BMG Upper Class on Breezy's music, but there was also some other drama. Like there was some physical altercation Breezy got involved in that BMG Upper Class also kind of brought up to on his platform, and there was just a lot of bad blood between them. But recently, BMG Upper Class, who usually shits on Breezy's music, said that he wants to dead the beef. He released a video apologizing for making things personal, and said let's keep all that beef in 2020 and go into the 2021 fresh. And I think Breezy accepted his apologies over Instagram. So good to see that. And then after that, I saw that BMG Upper Class reviewed this song and, gave it a pretty good score, but I don't know if that's political because he just apologized to the dude, or if he was actually grading it objectively. Obviously, he was kind of the reason why the song's gotten so good is because he listened to my advice and blah, 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 and I'm the reason why there's so much improvement, yada, yada, yada. But I'll have you know, the main hip-hop review and commentator channel, GoodhitsTV, has yet to review this song. So here we are. Let's take a look. Breezy ain't out of the doghouse yet. I gotta review it too. So let's take a look. Breezy Blicky, who you guys know him from Rampage. He has a bunch of other songs. Chappelle. He has a number of songs. He has a song with Nick, not only Nick Blicky, but Nas Blicky. He has songs with Stain Blicky. He has a bunch of different songs, along with Rampage Part 2, the most recent one. So, here we are, Critical. Without further ado, let's see if this improvement I've been hearing about is actually real. I like Affiliated's new intro. Does anyone know what the hell that just meant? They were just walking in jackets and then they just started running. What? What does that mean? Someone explain what the hell that means.
Ghosty.
Bah! 6060. Look, it get critical. This on the gang and I better get physical. This 40 gon' get at you. He spoke on my mans, now he dead, he invisible. We just be spinning for certain. Get out of lines, then we closing the curtain. Niggas ain't spin no blocks. Niggas, they know how I move with the chop. Choke on the net, you get shot. 4-5 Rugers, they stashing they mops. Watch how I hop in my bag. If you get out of line, you get whacked out the jag. Kick works trying to see what that visa do. If you want war, then we showing 3 or 2. We bending there, hopping out vehicles. If you drop brakes, then this 40 gon' beat at you. Heat a few. How could I if I keep a few niggas?
This is an improvement so far, but I think he's bringing a little bit more energy and pace to his rhyming, but he still suffers from this issue where it's like a lot of people are going to be like, oh, it sounds like he's just like reading off a piece of paper. I think like at the end of the day, as an artist, it's like you're going to be the way you sound. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't really change it. Like, you're going to have your own style. You're going to be the way you sound. I think that if he wants to ever appeal to like a bigger audience, because this has become like a common criticism of him, it might help him if he like just uses a bit more inflection, like not even just bringing energy, but just like emphasizing or pronouncing words differently, because it sounds almost like monotonous. That's why people are like, oh, it sounds like he's reading off a piece of paper. Like, every word is at the same volume. He says it the same way. It's just like, I'm reading a piece of paper. So it's like, it's not a bad song so far. It's just like, that's going to be an issue that he has to kind of overcome if he wants to continue doing the whole music thing.
Know me, I be keeping like 3 or 2. Dropping the ricks that'll get you boom. I don't know why they be capping. And they know I ain't lacking. Run them gets me like a fraction. No, I ain't passing. Put 16 tagging. Really won't roll you a basket. Nigga is static. Then I'm up and blasting. Lay that little boy in a casket. You know how I move. And they get out of line. I'm up and I'm shaking the room. You know how I boom. And they know that I'm lethal. Send shots to his head, leave him see through. And we been all day, yeah, we evil. And we been all day, yeah, we evil. Back to back, I be really clicking. If he really want it, then I'm really spit. I be dropping L's on my niggas with it. When I spin the block, I don't hit civilians, and they know how I move. If they get out of the
He doesn't hit civilians. He's a courteous New York citizen.
Get whacked with the tool, and they know how I play. If they dropping the rig, 6 shots to their face.
Is there a preview? My brethren, like, I kind of want to jump on this whole train of people like, oh my god, this is such a big improvement, like, I'm jacking Breezy Blicky, and he has good songs, like, he has songs that are pretty good, he has potential. Every artist I review on my platform has potential, otherwise I wouldn't review them. I don't review artists that are like shitty just to shit on them. If you get reviewed on Good Hits TV, that means you do have potential to be like a great artist and have great songs. So with that, I'll say like, I side with the people that are like, he sounds like he's reading off a piece of paper, and like, it's not like an energy issue, because like there's a lot of rappers that are growing in popularity that like a lot of us like. One rapper in the Bronx comes to mind that like is very smooth, and he's not like screaming into the mic. He's like very subdued when he rhymes, but like a lot of people like him. So it's not like an energy thing. It's just like he needs to just pronounce his words and emphasize certain words differently. He needs to make some of his sentences sound different than the other ones. Otherwise, it sounds too monotone. And I think that's a pretty big issue. The second big issue is like lyrically, it's like, Jesus, Breezy, like, we've heard this song so many times. Like, you're dropping my rakes, you're gonna get boomed. Like, we've heard this shit. Like, give us one song that's different. Like, Den's Flocks, I think, had, like, Blicky's Story or whatever. And by the way, I reviewed that song, and I lost that review, like, on my laptop or memory card. Like, I don't know where it is, but I meant to review that song. Like, do a song like that. Like, do a story song, like how King Von has Crazy Story. Just do like something random. Like, come out randomly with a song that's like not about drilling. Like, it could be over a drill beat, it could be like a drill song, but it's like a narrative, maybe a female-oriented song, something about family or some shit. I don't know. Like, be creative. Like, do something different, and that's what I think is going to open people's eyes. Just focus on like sounding less monotone and doing something like creative, and you have potential because you have good name recognition. If you follow drill in New York City, you know who you are. We know your name. Name recognition is so hard to come by. You already have the popularity. You have the name recognition. You have the followers. You just need to be a little bit more creative with the music. I'm going to give it like a pretty mediocre score. I have to give this like a 5.8. But obviously has a lot of potential. to grow as an artist. So y'all let me know what you think. Let me know if I rated it too high, too low. Feel free to comment below. This is a guy I could get for an interview potentially, so hopefully I do that. As always, y'all have a good night, safety, and of course,